Everybody, and welcome to episode 4 of Morning Coffee with Flight. And today is November 28th, 2003. And today I was thinking about, what do I want to talk about? And what is on my mind right now is kind of the video game series of Spider-Man. So, Marvel Spider-Man. I want to talk about Spider-Man in general. So, I was never a huge fan of Spider-Man. I always liked Batman a little bit more because he's kind of like a little bit more broody and a little bit more dark and a little bit more like in line with my personality. Where Peter Parker is very almost bubbly in a kind of way. I mean, he's very like what is the word for it? Like a little bit more of a sunny, outgoing disposition. And it's just a little bit harder for me to relate to. So I never got into him as much as I got into like Batman. But I really enjoyed the PlayStation 4 Marvel Spider-Man. And back in the day, in like the 90s, I'd watch the Spider-Man show. There was a cartoon that came on back in the 90s, and I'd watch that. I enjoyed that as well. And I was thinking maybe I never gave Spider-Man as much of a chance to really like him. So I was thinking with the new, because there's a new Spider-Man coming out, like a Spider-Man 2. I think it's only for the PlayStation 5 right now. But I'll need to wait for it to come out on the PC because I don't have a PlayStation 5 and I probably won't be getting one anytime soon. But it'll probably come out on the PC eventually. But I was thinking it might be fun to go back and try and see if I can find like some of the comics because I'm sure they're online because everything is online. So to find like some of the original like Spider-Man comics and check those out and then maybe like warm myself up to Spider-Man a little bit more. And then once Spider-Man 2 drops for the PC, that'd be fun to like play through the original Spider-Man again, and then maybe play Miles Morales, which he's a character who is kind of like getting Spider-Man's powers. So he shows up in the PlayStation 4 version, and then he gets his own kind of spin-off. But his own spin-off is kind of like its own game. So I actually thought it was DLC for a while. So I was gonna pick up the DLC, but I found out that it's actually its own game. But people were kind of saying that it's too short to like be full price. So it's a full price game. But I was hearing that it really should have been more considered like a DLC and probably priced as a DLC. So I kind of held off on getting that. So I was thinking maybe if I got into a little bit more of the Spider-Man verse, I'd get a little bit more excited about the Spider-Man and Miles Morales. And I thought maybe then when number 2 comes out for PC, then I can go back, play the original, play Miles Morales, maybe get the DLC that actually is DLC for the first Spider-Man, go through that, and then go on to 2. And I thought that might be a fun way to do that. So that's kind of like what I've been thinking about this morning. So yeah, and then I can talk a little bit more about the first Spider-Man game in general. That I really liked it. I thought it was done well, and it was kind of the combat is kind of based off of what they did in Arkham Knight with the Batman series, which is absolutely fabulous. So it's kind of like a dodge attack kind of like gadget combo system, but it flows really well. It feels really nice. It really feels like you're rewarded or punished by your skill to a great degree. So like it really for like getting in the zone of like enjoying combat, it's really good. So some games are just so set up so bad that they're so clunky that you can never really get into the zone. And other games are so punishing for you to actually get good enough before your skill actually starts mattering to a great degree that it's not fun at the beginning. But both Batman and Spider-Man did such a good job of increasing the difficulty like right in the way that they should have. So it's super fun. And then the story is pretty good too, right? So all the characters are done well. They're believable. Like the graphics are great. The animations are great. The lore is great. Like the voice acting is great. So whenever you're talking to people, like it's really easy to get into it. It's really easy to become connected to like Peter Parker and Aunt May and Mary Jane and Dr. Octavius and all the crew, right? So you're really into it and you're really loving it. So as the story happens, right, that it's really easy to get invested. So yeah, so it's done really well. I have high hopes for the second one, but you never know. Like sometimes sequels just they don't go as well as you'd hope. So before I pick it up, I'll do like proper reviews to make sure that they didn't just like throw the name on something that wasn't actually worthy of the name. That happens quite a bit as well. So yeah, so if you were thinking about getting into the Spider-Man series, I recommend the first one for sure. So it's been out for quite a while, probably I don't know when it came out. It probably came out in like 2015 or 2016, somewhere around there. So it's been out for quite a while, so you could probably pick it up for cheap. And I'm sure it's on everything anyways, right? And there's a remaster that came out as well. So if you think you might be interested in it, yeah, I recommend it. It's pretty good. I have no real criticisms about it. Yeah. So that's what I was thinking of this morning. So I decided to make a little episode and share it with you. So I hope you enjoyed that, and thank you for listening through this. And have a good day and enjoy your morning cup of coffee. Take care.